I've got a pair in hand today that I haven't stopped wearing since I bought them. So I want to share what it is I like about them with you all. Before I get into the review of this pair, if you're new to my channel, then I try and just review everything that I like, and that tends to be a range of all different types of brands, and you're going to see things other than Dunks and Jordans all the time. Got this pair in this week and I'm super happy with them in hand. I wasn't sure because they're pretty bright and I just want trainers that I can wear. But if you like this kind of content, you like this pair of trainers, then please subscribe, please like, please follow, all that good stuff, because I'll be producing loads of videos similar to this one that you're going to see today. So without wasting any time, I'm going to get straight into the trainer that I'm looking at today, and it is a pair of Nike Air TERRA HUMARA from the ACG line, and this is an SP pair, and the colourway is pink Alchemy and I think rose. So I'll explain to you what it is I like about them. So as is customary, let's talk a little bit about the box. You've obviously got, the box is unimportant except that you've obviously got all the colourway details, and these are called Nike Air TERRA HUMARA SP. This pair is an SP pair, and I know that means special project, but when you Google it, it actually says it's used by brands to denote limited edition releases, and shoes with SP labels are often the result of collaborations with athletes, designers, etc. The SP signifies a higher level of creativity, exclusivity and cooperation in the footwear design. I think the materials are a bit elevated for a TERRA HUMARA, and the box is your bog standard Nike box. And I think it's a bit of a shame, especially with an SP release, to have something so plain. I think they could have done something special with the box. They're ACG line, so it'd be nice if the ACG had its own branding. That would be great. But it doesn't really matter, you can't wear the box, as I always say. A little bit of context for this pair. These are TERRA HUMARA. They are an ACG line, which means all conditions gear. It tends to be the kind of off-road, off the beaten track, hiking, kind of trail, running footwear, all that kind of stuff. Often they have materials that are suitable for being outdoors, like Gore-Tex and things like that. And it's a line that I think taps into that kind of, for me certainly, that kind of New York hip-hop, rugged look, you know, the kind of Timbs and all that business. And definitely when they dropped in 1998, I was working in a trainer shop, and I really I had a pair in 1998, kind of maroon and dark blue, and I loved them. I absolutely love the TERRA HUMARA. It's been obviously 26 years since I have bought a pair, and I know there've been pairs here and there, but I haven't been buying trainers heavy like I used to for a while, so I just kind of missed TERRA HUMARAs basically. Then when the Undefeated collabs dropped recently, it kind of piqued my interest a little bit again, and I just thought they looked good, and I was considering getting one of those pairs. I didn't like the green Mentor pair that dropped over here, and all the other pairs were a Undefeated only exclusive, and I'm not paying the tax that you have to pay to get a trainer from America to over here. So when I saw these loaded up on sneakers, I thought, wow, what a colourway. I love a bit of pink. They remind me a little bit of one of my favourite pairs, the Diadora Giallos N9000s, just in the colour blocking, and I just really like them. The comments that I saw online were a bit mixed, but I just knew these were going to be difficult to get in my size 11, because not those who know, but it's one of those ones where old school sneakerheads will pounce on these. And I'm one of those, so I was ready, got them off Sneakers app. There were a few size 11, which is my size, sitting on a couple of websites, so I could have got them from somewhere else because I was on it and available at 8 last Tuesday, but I got through with Sneakers, and it took a while. Maybe it was my phone connection, but it just kept ages before I got them. Anyway, got them in hand, and I was like, will they fit? Everything, and they're just perfect. They fit perfect, and I'm so happy with what I've got. Some of the details that I think you would like. The materials. So as you can see, most of the upper is constructed, all of this pink, the swoosh, everything is in a nice, fairly rugged suede, and then you have like a kind of nylon toe box, which is fine, and then the rear panel at the back is also in this kind of bluey grey suede as well, and I think the suede is decent quality. Like, it's Nike suede, it's not New Balance suede. It's nice enough, and it is definitely elevated from the average pair of Nike trainers that you would pick up. The rest of it is in kind of some kind of mesh, and then you've got kind of almost like a rubberized material on some of the yellow portions here. Other than that, really, apart from the great quality on the pink, you have hits of 3M on the toe box, you have hits of 3M on the side, and you have hits of 3M on the rear tab as well. And as a trail running trainer, that is practical, although obviously I'm not going to be trail running these. But yeah, and then the only other colours, so you have the yellow, you have the pink, and you have this kind of cobalt colour. And then the only other colour you have is this sort of off-white, almost beige colour for the midsole. Blacked out outsole, and it's quite ridged because they're off-road. So colourways wise, I think these are amazing. I shot a couple of outfits videos that I might be able to put on the screen so you can see how I would rock these. A lot of the comments that I saw in terms of picking these up were how bright they were, how ridiculous they looked, that kind of stuff, and that's fine, it's absolutely fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, everyone's different, that's what makes the world go round, it's all good. But I think this is a kind of pair, it's a summer pair for me, and you would rock it, I will certainly rock it with just blacks, simple blacks, greys, so that the trainer does the talking. It's not the kind of pair that I would try and match in any way. I wouldn't try and rock a pink top or a yellow top to go with this. I just think it would be too much, too matchy-matchy, but I think you could rock this with like simple monochromatic colours or whatever. They come with a black pair of laces which come strangely in this plastic little bag. I thought Nike had moved on from that and we were getting those nice little paper things that you get with the Jordan 1s. Anything we can do to cut down plastics, all good. So all in all, the materials are really nice. So in terms of sizing, I am between, in Nike and all my trainers actually, now that I've kind of worked out what my actual foot size is, I am between a 10.5 UK and a size 11 UK. And that's across pretty much all models. So because I haven't had these since 1998, I had to reach out to my homeboy in Germany, highly addictive, and he kind of was like, probably get the size up. So I got a size 11. And then when they came in, they fit perfectly. They fit absolutely perfectly for me. So just as a point of reference, for Air Max 1s, I'm a 10.5. And for pretty much every other Nike, for Air Max 97s, I'm a 10.5 as well. For everything else, I tend to go with an 11. Air Max 90s, Jordan 4s, Jordan 1s, size 11, Adidas, size 11. So I went with an 11 in these and they fit really well. Really comfortable, actually. Quite a wide toe box. So that's what I would recommend for you if you're not sure of what size to go for. There are quite a few pairs of these, not in the bigger sizes, sitting on websites as I record this. So sizing wise, I would go true to size. So a really good trainer in terms of materials and sizing, really comfortable. So the other thing is the price. They cost £135, which is, I think, a good price for a special project pair, general release that you can snap up. The Undefeated collabs are going for, I think, $170. And I think all in all, for me to get a pair over to this country would cost me at least £200. So I was really happy to get this pair because I didn't want to have to pay resale. And I think £130, okay, maybe it's a little bit pricey, but I think in terms of Jordan 4s and Jordans which are coming in at 190, 180, 200, I think this sits so much better. So I think pricing wise they got it right as well. And I've just kind of, this pair is making me fall back in love with this model. I just really like the TERRA HUMARA. I actually really like the whole ACG line. I have a pair of ACGs that I just rock in the garden. I've been looking at TERRA Albus again, and it's taken me back to the 90s. It's taken me back to that era of trainers, and I think that I just want something a little bit more special from the trainers that I'm buying at the moment. I'm so sick of seeing my feed on Instagram and just whenever I click on things and seeing Jordans, just seeing the same old trainers over and over and over. I'm sick of seeing dunks and people talking about dunks. Personally, I couldn't care less about dunks. It's just me. There's so many good trainers out there, so I'm really looking forward to the Air Techs coming back. I'm looking forward to the whole ACG line coming out, any 90s models. I saw someone online that I follow doing some videos on the Reebok ventilator, and it kind of brought me back to that era of the Reebok ventilator when I was really just getting into the kind of collabs again and was really into the releases that were coming out when it was, I think, the 25th or the 30th anniversary of the Reebok ventilator, I think about 2015. And this is one of my favourite pairs, and that time, still to this day, this is such an amazing pair. Bodega times Reebok ventilator. And then there was the street meets, and then there was the Foot Patrol pair, and there was a Huskies from End. There were just so many quality pairs coming out at one period, and that was with this release. And it kind of took me back to when I was really excited about trainer buying. Recently, they haven't come in yet. I'm hoping they're coming soon, but Royal Mail are mucking about. But I bought a pair of New Balance 480s in a collab with 303 boards. And they look like, I haven't got them in hand yet, they look like an amazing collab, and I got them at a really good price. I can't wait to do a video for you guys for that. But it got me thinking a little bit about how I feel like I've lost the love a little bit for just buying trainers, even though I've still been buying pairs, and I don't want to buy pairs all the time. However, it does feel like it's just the same old a little bit. I feel like there's not that much originality with pairs, and it's made me realise that I'm really thirsting for just a variety again, because it feels like it's just become quite polarised. It's just kind of Nike and it's Dunks, or it's Jordans, or it's Air Max 1s, and that's all that it feels like is around us. So then I'm just so interested in something different, and the TERRA HUMARA is a beautiful trainer. I'd forgotten how much I loved it and how excited I was when it came out and I got my pair. I had to specially order my pair because I didn't have my size, and I remember picking it up and all of that. Loved it, rocked it all the time, and that's what I'm going to do with this pair. I'm going to beat these to the ground. I absolutely love them. It's made me think actually that I want more TERRA HUMARAs. There's one of the pairs from the Undefeated pack that I love, and there are a few pairs sitting online. There's the all black pair still sitting online, but if I buy them at $170, it's going to cost me about $60 on top to ship them to the UK, so that's what, $230. And last time I got a pair of trainers shipped from America, apart from those Jallos, which strangely I didn't get charged tax on, I don't know how that happened. I literally got them for the price that they sent them over, $210 or whatever it was. But the pair before that, the Raekwon only built for Cuban Links N9000s, they cost me £90 in tax on top of the $230 or whatever it was I'd paid for them, and I'm not doing that anymore. So StockX all the way, because you don't get the fees with StockX and Collect and those kinds of resale sites. So I'm going to try and get those TERRA HUMARAs from the Undefeated pack, because I like them. I like what they did with the kind of rubber on the front and the rubber at the back, and I think they did a really good pack with that. So yeah, it's just a great time to be a trainer head, sneaker head again. As I've said many times on this channel, it does feel like Nike are beginning to dig into their archive. We know that they're having a bit of a tough time financially. In the UK, they were criticised by JD Sports for relying too heavily on certain models, and I guess that would be all the Air Max range, which we just kept churning out and churning out. It's been so long since, for me, they've released a pair of Air Max 90s that excite me. But anyway, I digress. The TERRA HUMARA in the SP Alchemy pink colourway is a banger. If you get the opportunity to get them and you're into ACGs and all that good stuff, snap them up. They're comfortable, they're a great price, they look good on foot, and there's something a little bit different. So that is everything that I think you need in a trainer. As always, thank you so much for rocking with me and rocking with my channel. It's all much appreciated. If you like my content, please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up. Please hit that bell notification, share it, all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.